block is dry and safe on the Slovenian baseline.
Will the crowd count us down again? I don't think so.
No, I'm not holding my breath for that.
All good. That was pointed out by Kovacic. Lucarelli will begin serving, captain. Kovacic, beautiful pass, back to Tonček Stern. Bobbles around, is it two contacts? Yes, there is the whistle.
Well picked out by Valo Ivanov. We see straight away Giga Stern going to the variation attack. Look for this a lot from Slovenia. It's not just about scoring with power, it's trying to make the Brazilian defense work that little bit harder, that little bit longer.
Yeah, he was fun to watch yesterday. Giga Stern was in the match versus Italy. 11 points, 10 on the attack. Here it is again. Watch the pinball bounce around. 1,
go, please, let's
2,
play.
3.
Really, it's 4. Please, let's play.
Both the forearm and then the ball off his own head for Alan.
For sure. Look it up.
So Bernardinho is trying to request the challenge. The moment has certainly passed for him.
Yeah, it has to be registered within 7 seconds. But we saw both the double contact and 4 touches. So either way. Hit, kind of clubbed upwardly, but that's all right. Down for Brazil.
It's aggressive enough of a setting choice that for Mateusz just to get the ball past the block is going to cause maximum trouble for Brazil. A little flick at it, but into that zone between Stern and Kozomurnik.
Yes. Alan waiting for it.
Neither setter for each team is a particularly tall setter, so the window of opportunity for them as it gets close to the net is a little bit small. Alan just to dump that one back straight back onto the net.
Something Slovenia wanted to say, but the whistle has gone.
I think they might have seen the replay, and if Alan can bring the ball back onto the net, it means he might be on the wrong side of the net when he makes the contacts.
Yep.
Ball doesn't lie. We're at 2 points apiece.
The most universal phrase in all of volleyball. And very annoying when you hear it from somebody and you're on the other team. Kochoba took a good look first and then drops it.
Alan makes a good reaction to the Slovenian block, making good position, taking away most of the line. Giga Stern getting in front. Kovacic cannot quite make the extra touch.
We know who they're rooting for, Brazil. Here's Alan. Behind Tonček Stern. How significant is getting Tonček Stern going early in this match? Or not?
Well, it's a balance thing. So if there's enough opportunity to get Kozomurnik, to get Kurzic, to get Stelika running through the middle, and then bring Stern in later, that's a choice for Uroš Planincic to make. But he's always going to be a big factor for the Slovenian offense.
Giga! Ace!
Backs off just enough to get the ball down in front of Honorato. Nice job getting the ball to the outside edge, forcing the choice. Brazilian receiver.
Honorato has not had the best week, but today's a new day. Drop back. Thunderous, but wide. And they got the touch they were looking for.
Fabio gives a little rub of the fingers. Says, yep, he got me. Rokmozic, he has to find that fine balance between using his physicality and when he needs to go off speed, when he needs to create a different shot to keep the trouble on the Brazilian side of the net.
Giga Stern coming off of an ace earlier. There you find Flavio in the middle.
The spaces in the seams for Kochoba to find are really important. So we've seen already a couple of times trying to overload the seam between the middle blocker and the block in position 2 for Slovenia and create space on the right side for Alan.
Outside again, what a dig by Honorato. Still controllable. Check Stern, it's still up. Ball into the net. We saw incredible saves by Slovenia yesterday.
We saw some magnificent defense by Slovenia. Rokmosic in particular, putting in a big effort on defense. This time, runs out of patience, hitting it too early on the attack. Giga doing the right thing in cover, makes the opportunity.
Keeping the ball on Stern. Monoroto again. Here's Alan. Laser down the line.
Fantastic precision by Alan. It's the space that Slovenia are willing to concede. If he can hit that zone consistently, that is a match-winning performance from Alan. The block leaves a little bit of space on the line. Kovacic defends the corner.
Third serve coming from Honorato, and they have not been on a fast train. They have been precise to Giga. Letting his defense, he's dug it every time out of that. Mikey brings it in. Alan, can you finish? Same shot! Same shot! You gotta cover that line now, it's his.
Kovacic is wanting to protect the angle inside the court. They're conceding that little space on the sideline and in the corner, not wanting to get beaten that extra meter inside the sideline. Mikey makes...
For how long are you conceding that?
This is the choice for Fabio Soli, but it's looking good for Alan so far.
Check Stern. Honorato doing the work in the backcourt. Lucarelli with heat.
Flavio does an amazing job making the choice of Kozamunic running the shoot away from the setter. Still comes back, makes an effective touch against Tonček Stern. The result, timeout Slovenia.
Don't be passive when the ball is slow and float. Try to be aggressive, push the ball. It doesn't matter if it is far. Give the time to the center to go under the ball. And we can use also pipe. Don't stop the ball low, but give the ball, give parabola to the ball. Hayde, Mia, go. Inside out, Grimo, hayde, go.
Fabio Soli is always thinking about what's the next action. How do we focus our attention in the right area? What is the detail? Right now, the first detail will be how to stop Alan hitting the corner.
A fine job by Honorato behind the service line, keeping it on Giga Stern, letting his defense do the talking. Off the hands. And a net violation against Brazil will end Honorato's time on the end line. Wow, it's tied at 3s, and they went back and forth, tied at 5s. And taking off was Brazil. Kurzic out. Lucarelli, kick save. A little footy and then some tenderness.
Tonček Stern is moving in defense, but he's only moving in one direction. He's not seeing the play that's happening. He has a fraction more time. Modic makes a good move on the triple. But on the second effort, Stern gets caught running to an idea rather than to the play that's happening.
Giga Stern again handling every first contact.
Giga's being asked to do a lot of work on reception in early running. A nice overload call from Klinincic, getting Modic the one-on-one against Kachopa.
Likewise on the Honorato touch, Mikey cleaning things up. Giga through the middle. Alan. Uh-oh, triple block. Great pickup. Did he get a touch? No.
Really good recognition early from Kachopa that there was no option from position 4 stacking the block inside. and it was not enough to be able to generate a good look. A little bit of pressure, Alan misses long.
Smooth as butter.
Mateusz recognizes the blocks in front of him. The ball's a little bit low. The important part there is to put the pressure on the defense. Can't still swing to finish the ball. Ends up just rolling into the space of Planinčić.
Petropa's serve again is Giga Stern. From the right side, Elan. Middle defense helping set it up, and Lucarelli putting it down.
Much better attacking performance already from Lucarelli. He hasn't looked so far this VNL that he's in his best shape. Paints the corner this time. Positive signs for Brazil if he can keep this up.
Yeah, today's a good day to have a good day.
It's all right. Let's go.
Rock Mosic had 10 points versus Italy. He was their top scorer. Ball long.
Mosic hasn't had more than a couple of serves throughout the VNL where he looked really confident in rhythm that he can push. Maybe a loosener on his first effort.
Beautiful shot of our arena here in Ningbo. This time Kovacic through the middle. Dimes the pass for a middle attack.
Perfect situation for Slovenia, forcing Mateusz to choose early whether he's going to go up and meet Dašo Stalika, who at 2.14 meters is always high above the net.
The serves so far have looked to me a little tepid, right? Everybody's passing very well. And maybe warming up the shoulder. It's out.
Onorazzo going for a little bit too much. The ball is good. The option that he's used, the look that he gets, sees that the block is inside, goes for too much on the line, and has almost a third of the court where he can just swing hard.
Group.
Then early on, Chopper calling the shoot, getting the middle away from him, trying to create a little bit of an overload in the zone for their position 4 guys. Let Alan handle the more difficult block situation.
Mateusz. Ripper! Our first ace of the day.
The seam between Mosic and Giga Stern is the weakest part of the Slovenian reception group. If they can take it individually, it's okay, but that decision between them has been tricky.
It was looking like going for the seam again.
Yeah, basically, they want to get away from Kovacic. He is going to be the bedrock for reception. Giga Stern going to see a lot of work, but especially when the two Slovenian attacking receivers are together.
Lucarelli, overpass to the middle. We're seeing a lot of first ball kills.
And good service speed from Tonček Stern, but the little step back from Planinčić gets Kovacic into the space over Onorazzo, who's only ever going to be there to help, even with Tonček Stern back row.
Tonček serve, it's no good. And we're in a seesaw again. This is Slovenia keeping it really close. If Winnie P likes Brazil.
Brazil, I think, come out with a plan, but Slovenia have made a habit of interfering with their opponent's plans so far this week.
That's all the block is, really, is ruining someone's plans. So, use right there.
Giga Stern's toolkit of solutions in attack has been such an important asset to the Slovenian attack.
I feel like we've seen he can pull and empty his bag with a million different things.
Like Mary Poppins just keeps pulling tricks out of the bag.
Exactly. Well, Harry Potter for you. Honorato in front. Back to Alan, 1-on-1.
Chopper's decision, how he's using the middles, how he's trying to create space where the call or the shoot, again, this time it's probably more of a double cheese, so a little bit further inside than the shoot from Flavio, but still creating an overload and space on the back.
Kovacic's defense had the foot on the line that time after being burned twice. Jan Kozamernik, no Kovacic on the floor right now for Slovenia. There's the connection.
Kochopo is going to keep going to that zone, keep using the shoot to create the options that he wants to see. Honorato does a really good job controlling his zone in reception. Slovenian block needs to come up with a counter move.
Back to Tonček Stern. Beats the block.
This ball is outside Tonček Stern's shoulder. He's reaching out and cuts this ball back. Still beats the block, still finds the court. And watches it go past him and drop inside.
Options are limited with that pass. Push deep, Maike all over it. Alan, this time going high hands, cross. Brazil just outblasting Slovenia.
Mozic makes the right choice on the first play to take the continuation option. The second time gets hungry again. Lenincic does a fantastic job of waiting and seeing what the play is, but being ready to move on that tip ball.
Grazed the net. All right, are we allowing it? We are. Standard set.
Lovely little flick of the wrist at the top by Rok Mozic. Seeing the variation again. Situation, get the ball to the top of the block, then force the defense to scramble.
Every time Slovenia gets close, see what Lucarelli brings. Ooh, what a serve. Off the block and out. Slovenia has not led in this first set. Here's an opportunity.
Patrick Stern uses the full range of shoulder flexibility. The ball's inside and he still finds enough angle, enough rotation to come down the ball off the block.
At 29 years old, that's impressive to still have that shoulder flexibility. Use off the block the other way, and Brazil maintains their lead.
Really hard shifted ball to position for Pateric to get into that space. Means there's not really an option for Honorato other than a high ball. Tonček Stern not used to blocking against first tempo so much though.
Mateus. Kovacic receives. They've avoided him in large part. Lucarelli. Oh! Kochoba was there, but it was too hot.
Lovely block discipline by Slovenia. Really beautiful form. That goes a little bit low. Doesn't create enough time for Kochoba to make the recycle.
Once again, Slovenia with an opportunity. And once again, it's a service error.
Substitution will come in for Brazil.
Cue the music. Here is Darlan, a fan favorite around the world. For his power, he is, of course, into block. Kochopa is off the floor right now. Off the block, Tonchak Stern.
Great speed from Planincic. Tonchak Stern arrives. And the tempo advantage, attacker versus blocker, Honorato unable to finish with precision. Dalan turns to the bench. Slovenia stay one in arrears.
What will Giga Stern unload this time? Pulls the string a little bit. Kochopa finds Flavio with a block waiting for him. Kochopa decision behind and chasing it. Tell me about it.
Challenge will come from Brazil for a net touch. Kochopa did the work. He got Kozimiernik to move the wrong way, but Rokmosic makes the right hand choice on block.
So indeed, there is the challenge for
Yes.
It will be for the
the
net
net
touch.
touch.
Okay, yeah, this one.
The
Yes.
bottom of the net
Wait, we are looking. Wait.
on the block. After Honorato made the two-handed save, is probably the action.
Yes, okay, thank you. Please show it.
Let's not take anything away from that block by Rokmosic. One-on-one. There's ball.
Unsuccessful. Slovenia clean coming down. They finally got there tied up after chasing just by one the entire first set.
What a moment. We're into the 20s. All we'll take now is 2 or 3 minutes on advantageous volleyball for Slovenia to take set one.
Brazil has both of their timeouts remaining. Kochopa. Yeah.
What a moment to go for it.
Sweet as honey. There's another B reference
Oh, there
too,
we go.
right? But a beautiful.
+4 situation, so difficult for Kozimiernik to make that choice. He has to follow, he has to take that step across to that side to protect against the first tempo.
Kochopa plays with such swagger. Honorato keeping the ball on Giga. Bout side. They're exploiting the matchup, yeah. I got Kochopa.
Really great fastball from Planincic to get it out there. Puts it on a line for Mosic. Just beats Kochopa to the edge. Kozimiernik serving for Slovenia.
Different pace. Slovenia with the chance to go ahead. Ball out, Fabio Soli saying, I want to use a challenge, his first.
The Slovenian players immediately gesturing for the challenge. Tonchak Stern just looking to caress that ball off the top of the block. It's a nice variation, not swinging hard and flat. It's on that high ball. If he goes there, the block's in a good position. This will be a test to see how precise Tonchak Stern's hand control is.
Nick, it's not very clear on this.
Miles on the Slovenian bench.
They feel pretty good about it then.
Flavio not giving anything away if he got a touch on this one.
There's a time for self-reporting, and this isn't it.
Let the Slovenians sweat a little bit.
Because it's obvious.
Let's see. Successful challenge. And Slovenia, their first lead of the set comes at 23-22. Brazil will take their first time out.
Ei! Vou tentar, foi ruim, tá? Trabalhar a bola, fique lá, não, tô parando ela agora. Vamos lá, 2 vezes, tá?
Paciência na jogada, lá embaixo, tá?
Tá? Sai de novo pro lado lá, tá? Aí sai, o Flávio vai buscar, vai dar o tempo pra sacar.
Win prediction staying stubborn with Brazil at the moment.
For Brazil, it has to happen somewhere other than with Alan in the middles. They've got to get Bucarelli. Luckily, he's front row right now as they're in this latter stage. And will come from Slovenia. Vrencic out, Janovic in on block.
So again, no setter on the floor for Slovenia right now.
Very physical blockers in Mozic and Janovic on the edges for Slovenia.
Keeping the ball on Honorato, as has been. Wow, Flavio.
Chopa's really had to push to get the middle involved, but taking those risks, Stelakar stays at home. Flavio detonates. Sides will make some substitutions. Adriano, relinquished from his libero duties, will be serving.
Flavio obviously out, and on the other side, back in first. And note that both setters are front court. Oh. It is set point Slovenia.
It goes back to serve.
For the set. Messy pass. Slovenia will have the opportunity. And they do. Slovenia takes the first set in their quest for their first ever medal.
Slovenia return to their starting lineup with Guzic in. Stelakar will again find his way back into the court.
Nothing yet, brought back. Kachopa's like, okay. Giga trying to go off hands. Alan. Who's gonna rip it? Honorato.
Defense from Tonček Stern. Fraction rush. He didn't quite get the feet planted in time to have control. So tidies up for Brazil.
Tough serve. Oh my goodness. A whiff to their advantage.
I'm sure Kosovic will say this was absolutely by design. Precision use of the fingertips. Alan ready to make the next play. Tonček Stern at the service line.
Brought back to Honorato. Again. What's happening there?
The tempo's not right. Honorato doesn't have time to get a full approach, so he's rushed, and his solution is just try and get the ball into the court. This ball either needs to be really fast, where Honorato has to use an off-speed shot to use an open hand, or it needs to be a high ball where he can take some control.
Slovenia gives it back.
Then again going for Alan, who's standing in as the fourth receiver against the Tonček serve.
Yeah, we've seen all variations on that, including on the toss. Players slipping into, and some switching positions. Alan. Kovacic will pass all those, and then with authority through the pipe.
So many teams focus on using the pipe. I don't think a team does it in a more aesthetically pleasing way than Slovenia.
What's aesthetically pleasing about it?
Just looks so fluid and flowing. The tempo is really nice.
Setters.
He who jumps last usually wins those situations.
Yep.
Rokmozic, the eyes would have lit up and thought, I'm going over the top here.
Right.
The chopper was waiting with intent.
Yeah. A nice pickup by Allen after Flavio slows it down. Kovacic will use Tonček Stern. Too long.
Error on the 1-foot Yahoo.
Yeah.
Evaded by Honorato.
It's a good thing he had a haircut, because I'm not sure how close that was.
If we had the Kachoppa beehive going on, that might have been a different story.
Exactly. Or the Nick Miljanovic bun. That's 2 now from Stern. That have gone long.
The reception quality for Slovenia so far hasn't allowed them to create enough pressure with the setter call, so trying to get the middle involved and use that to create some different matchups, some different spacing. So the Brazilian serving going away from Giga Stern mostly in this set.
Back to him there and again, and Giga Stern with the pass and finished at the front.
Rokmozic going block out, a long ball. So Stalika played Kurzic in the front row, as has been the pattern. Also Munich to serve.
So Slovenia's errors starting to rack up. We saw this in the set that they won against Italy. They were error-free, which is too much to ask, certainly most of the time, but take a look at their errors. They have 10 opponent errors right now.
Mozic is finding the right spot, the block against him on this strong ball. Very much a cross-court hitter. This is the ball he loves to hit. Challenging the Brazilian block to stop him. Twice the ball is going long past position 5.
Position 5 being straight down the line. Honorato is chipping it in.
He looks like he's lacking a little bit of confidence in his attack, but this is a nice change-up. It's avoiding the error, keeps the pressure on the Slovenian defense.
He very much seems to play in streaks, like off emotion. Get a couple good ones and they'll keep feeding him. Tonček Stern. Any hands? No. Fabio slowly asking his players. They're like, nah.
As a result, change will come for Slovenia. Nick Miljanovic has entered the subs box. So he will come into the game for Tonček Stern. A moment of confusion as to exactly what is going to happen for Slovenia. To come back to Honorato, he's definitely not lacking in the physicality to hit the ball hard. If you see him in warm-up, he can really get after it.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't skip too many gym days.
No, it doesn't appear so. Giga Stern continuing to be the target. Miljanovic, first swing. Alan, triple block. Oh my goodness. Tip down. What happened on Slovenia's side?
It's not quite enough control from Kovacic. Can't find its way onto the Brazilian side of the net. Mozic had the best view to say was not a reach from Alan. Timeout, Slovenia.
What we have to do with our position 1 when there is a high ball, Sonsu with Alan. we have to do. Close to the 3 meter. Because he has this ball and we can catch also the last one. If we are there. If we are medium, not. Okay. Bye, guys. Go.
Always fun to see what kind of a pattern the win prediction makes by the end, if it's going to be a full grade or not.
Fabio Soli takes the time out to make sure everyone on his side understands what the plan is. Executing it, a different story. But as long as they're all on the same page, as long as they're trying to achieve the same things, that's the key for Slovenia.
Brazil has not had an error in this set yet. Slovenia with 5. Oh, what a cover by Kovacic. Munjanovic sets it. But an all-star play for Slovenia.
Munjanovic does a really good job of just putting this ball in a hittable position. He wasn't necessarily ready to set.
Yeah.
He's running out to hit. Oh, nope, I've got to go get that one. Bozic uses enough timing variation to get down the front of the block.
There you go. A few of those for Honorato, I think, would reinstall the confidence.
It's a good choice by Kochopa. Munjanovic is moving away early. Dive back in late. Munjanovic can hold his spot there and really solidify the middle of the court. Has time for the ball to travel across him if he needs to block in 4.
Munjanovic. Tell me about that attack in terms of what you saw.
The good part of this attack is that Munjanovic is not looking to find too tough an angle. He knows the ball will be dropping with the block coming to meet him. As long as he doesn't try and go too sharp, either the ball will take the fingers and go out, or it will pop up, hopefully on the Slovenian side, and it's continuation play.
Kochopa takes a glance over, decides middle. Oh boy, maybe a missed opportunity for Slovenia. Yeah, we're seeing that with players trying to use that left hand, but Brazil firm in every way.
What we saw from Slovenia at this point is their ability to play the game. They've got good ball skills across the court. Needing to generate just one little more moment where they can have a fraction more time to keep continuation plays.
Brazil leading 11-7. That's their first error of this set. Been very clean. 20-year-old Nick Munjanovic behind the service line for the first time. Gives a really nice serve. Okay, here's the thing, Leo. I think when there is an overpass like that up serve, you need to do half points. I think the server deserves half the point. How can we get this happening? Do I need to go talk to Fabio Azevedo?
You can try. You'll also have to take it up with the International Scoutman Mafia. They are the gatekeepers of all the information. You need to know the secret handshake as well.
The secret handshake? I bet you Clayton knows. Munjanovic again. Micah handles it perfectly. Back to Alan. Munjanovic for sure. Through the middle. Brazil disciplined at the net.
Good discipline, lack of movement from Brazil. If Slovenia had won that point, Giga Stern was the reason why. Stayed really still in his block position, didn't move early, so he had his maximum block move. Had a good touch, created the first opportunity chance for Slovenia.
Arena going completely quiet on the serve. Giga Stern. Brazil is building a heavy roof across the net.
Situation. Brazil has all the time. They can really get themselves organized on block. Giga goes a little bit low across the net. Flavio takes great pleasure in finishing the point for Brazil.
Giga, great pass. And for a second. Yeah, and immediately they're saying, hey, we think there was a touch there. Neither team has used a challenge yet, and so Slovenia appears to be on the cusp, or all self-reported.
Flavio, by his reaction,
Yeah.
he just turned around and said, "I'll let someone else figure that one out."
Yeah. No challenge needed. Honorato attacking high hands. Kovacic. It'll be Lunjanovic. Now Alan's ready, but you know who else is ready? The Slovenian block. Huge block by Rakmazic.
Rakmazic once again makes the right hand choice on the right hand side. Note that Alan is going to try and squeeze down the line. The hands hang out. Such a good athlete. He's still over on the Brazilian side of the net when he makes that move.
Finding Flavio, but the block of Slovenia. On top of it, Pulisic goes outside. One-on-one lead is cut to one.
Time for burning. Amazing choice in the middle, creates enough time. Then is the threat in attack, makes the space for Mozic. Brazilian timeout.
Eles estão pegando em cima, acelerando, menos, pra frente da gente.
Variação na bola.
Both teams using a little bit extra than the allotted 30 seconds. As set 2 hangs in the balance.
Lead was 4 at 11-7. It's been a 5-2 run in Slovenia's way since then. And they've done it with their blocking. Remembering that Slovenia did not lead in the first set until 23-22. See if Honorano stays with the same serve or brings fire. Same serve as Giga Stern. He handles it fine. Oof. And they are saying touch. Brazil saying we did not.
We go to the video to find out who's telling the truth.
Let's go to the videotape. That's an American kind of thing, but you get the gist.
I think I do. What's that from?
It's from a New York broadcaster who's very famous for saying that. I don't know.
I've learned something today.
It's different than Clayton Lucas's cackle. That is so much fun.
Really is. Brings joy to many, many people around
It
the world.
does. People
And us
love
as
that.
well.
Yes, indeed. He calls the game with joy, as he lives life with joy. All right, let's take a look at this challenge.
Enough about Clayton. Let's talk about the volleyball.
Yeah, there was a question about a net touch. I thought they were going to ask for
Yes, the last action.
the hands, but
this
no.
is not the last action. Skip this. Skip this.
The Slovenian side
Yes.
generally looks pretty relaxed. They
Yes.
know that this is a great opportunity for them to finish a tournament with a very good result.
Yes.
The Brazilian side of the equation, there's maybe that little feeling, that disappointment that they're not playing for the VNL title later on this evening. So they have to get past that and win the game that's at hand. There's still important points to be made. The net is already moving, so there's
Unsuccessful challenge, and Fabio Soli saying, did you not see it?
or maybe it was the wrong action.
Team Slovenia challenge the net touch of the last action. However, there was a net touch of the middle blocker, but he's not in position of playing the ball, so no net foul, point for Brazil.
So it's that Flavio is not in the action of playing the ball.
No, it's not the last action. The last
That is
action
not
is
a
attack
blocking
and block
action.
of the setter. Finito. Let's go to play.
One of the nuances of the
Doesn't
rules.
matter, he's not playing the ball. Come on, let's play. How
Okay.
many? Come on, let's play. I
Possibly a
explain.
replay showing this.
Hey.
Slovenia
Hey,
is not
go to play.
particularly pleased with this outcome. Rock Mozic
You're not
taking
captain.
his hands off the net.
Yeah.
He's not a fisherman.
No, he's not in the rally. The last action is on the attack and the block. No. Enough explanation. Come on, let's play. I explained already.
Trying to end the discussion. You arrive enough? The longer you argue, typically does not produce
This is not an action of
a
playing
better
the ball.
result.
Come on, enough. Point for Brazil. Let's play. Hey. Let's play. No, I'm for center. I decide.
Towards a card,
Let's play.
potentially.
No. Let's play.
Honorado has been waiting at the end line all this time. Can he capitalize upon the Slovenian
If he's
emotion?
playing the ball, it's a net fault. But
They're
the
still
setter is
having
not setting the ball. The setter is not.
conversation.
The decision has been made. Whether Slovenia agree with it or not, they need to get on with their side out.
And there you go. Composure, not present.
Too much focus on the discussion with the referee and not what the next action needs to be. But it's one of those things where you're not really going to be able to change the referee's mind. It's a call where there's some nuance involved in the decision.
Oh my goodness, more conversation.
So
Honorado
this is
still
final
waiting
warning. Next is
at
card.
the service line.
No, but.
Those Americans still hot.
Okay, sure. Play.
Goldfish memory is what Gerbish told us yesterday. You need to have a 10-second memory. We've spent more than 10 seconds on this. There's the side out point for Slovenia.
Slovenia will be hoping that that loss of attention is just for 1 point. Stern continues to be the glue guy to get their emotions back in control. Rock Mozic, in particular, needs to keep his head in the game.
Brought down.
Ningbo, not the biggest blocker, but great discipline. For Lucarelli, there is no way through here. But,
Nowhere to go but down.
That's what's happened to the Brazilian lead at the moment. Yellow card for Rock Mozic. He finally gets
I know.
the return for his emotions getting the better of him.
Thank you.
Yeah, they've hung on to that now for 3 points. And they're only down by 2. Chopats. No good. And immediately Bernardino says, I'm going to challenge that.
The only person who might touch that is Stalakar, looking a tiny bit sheepish. That could also just be his face. That ball was well above Ningbo. And to come back to your point, for Slovenia to not let that emotional part of the game drag on. So for Kozimiernik, for Stern to get their arm around Rock Mozic and say, hey, we need you right now, so have your head in the right place, because we're moving in the right direction, you've got to come with us.
Yep, and a successful, for Slovenia, result of that Brazil challenge. Here's an opportunity to tie it up. Honorado having some trouble in serve receive. Quick outside. Mozic is fired up.
It's a nice way for Mozic to get back in the positive. He has to make sure that his next action is not trying to hit the ball harder. He doesn't try and do more. But of course, Mladic is spring to him out of your shot. The next one, if the tip's on, there's another point available.
Oh, Mikey gets underneath it. Alan. Rakmazic changes the speed. That ball touch, it did not apparently. Fans thrilled with every action, a very patient Brazil.
Great defense by Jan Kozimurnik. Stern makes the right choice to go for the swing. The Brazilian block staying down. He sends his effort long. I think the game's starting to heat up.
It is indeed, and you can feel the tension, and it's exactly as you said. Brazil cannot get a medal here feels like a weight on them, whereas Slovenia is playing for a medal. There first, closed.
Mladic goes a little bit too early that the ball is going front. Mateus can take the step to follow. Slovenia follow that action with a timeout.
Their final.
One more opportunity to arrive. 20, 19, guys. But first, side out from reception, Hayde, parabola. Oh.
The patience that is part of the game for Fabio Soli. Hey, let's just get to 19-19 and then we start to play. Also for the receiver, that's not needing to have this really tight, aggressive reception. Get the ball in the air, and for Mladic to throw the ball around. Both teams, we're now at the end of the second set. There's enough of a feeling for what the plans are, rotation by rotation, what the general ideas are for the both offenses.
Nick Munjanovic. Pachopa makes a run, and the fans reward him with adoration.
He has definitely gone the wrong way. Munjanovic gets past the block. That would have been an incredible save if he'd got it anywhere near coming back to the net.
I love it too when your setter goes through that effort, like, all right, we owe him a side out right here. And instead it was delivered by Slovenia. That to me is an energy play that we just saw, followed by a giveaway. I don't know, maybe here Brazil can use a little bit of positive energy from the last two.
Kachopa is such a fierce competitor, and he shows that often from the service line.
Munjanovic, Pachopa digs. Does he get hands? He does indeed. Fingers, Munjanovic gesturing.
Discussion earlier in the timeouts that with Alan front row, has to be the block and defense protecting the line, force him to take some angle.
Keeping the ball on Munjanovic, back. Quick, Munjanovic who attacks the hands.
Good acceleration by Mladic, getting the ball out fast. Creating a speed in the Slovenian offense. Stay close enough. Desperately need a break point to be within one as they enter the 20s.
It was 20-18 in the first set. Slovenia started to make their move. Substitution for Brazil as Arcourt comes in for Honorato.
Adds a little bit more physicality on the block. loses a little bit in the reception side.
This is right where Slovenia started to make their move in the first set.
Really rare for a player of Bucharest's experience to miss by that much. So in a critical moment, Stalika returns to the bench because it returns to the court. Using his serving skills.
19 serving 21. Goodness, what a moment.
Three-point buffer now for Brazil. It's probably about enough. It's a wonderful piece of artwork.
Yeah, beautiful. Heavy serve, great pass. Gunjanovic pounced by Brazil.
Ball drops inside. Which doesn't have an option to fix. Make the change for Slovenia. Vintage out of the game. Ronaldinho getting 2 handfuls of Artur. Artur returns the favour. That's Nadic will be setting for Slovenia. They receive the Mateusz serve. In this case, it will be Janikovic.
Oh my goodness, the cover on that triple block. Got to be put away here. Giga, you got it.
Great choice by Giga. The Brazilian block was all over the place. Alan was trying to get off the floor. Torelli come a long way to make the extra play. Maybe there's a sniff of hope for Slovenia. Janovic will be looking to keep the pressure on from the service line. Tool will be the target.
Artur in the center, not on the line. Instead, it goes to Mike. He passes like a dime, and there's the physicality we were talking about.
This is why Artur is in reception. You need to try and slow him down. A free approach from the ball for him. He's just too big for most blockers on a fast ball.
Set point, Brazil. They have brought in Darlan for Kachopa to block a ball. Jacob Stearns passed wonderfully. Darlan's waiting. This is his jam. Set point is his house. Nobody loves more. Brazil takes the set. We're square at 1 apiece.
Lucas speaking to coaching staff from both sides. He'll be with us in a moment.
Yeah, Brazil only forced to score 13 points there with those 12 errors, so only play half a set. Alan, 8 points. Let's check in with Clayton Lucas on the court.
Thank you very much. Oh, well, you got yourselves back into it. It's a tough old game, this, isn't it? What have you got to do to push on now in this match?
Keep our minds, because all the points we need to work a lot, a big negotiation, you know, and then we need to work like this. I think this is most important. Keep patient, play really in a good technique, and try to push a little bit more in serve to have more situations. We can have more good situations in our transition.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Quick translation of that. You've got to pay attention and play good volleyball.
His favorite phrase there. Meanwhile, for Slovenia, there has to be some recognition that they can do better, just in controlling on their side of the net, regardless of the other things, just the errors.
It's some service errors are part of it, but also it's choices in attack. Can Slovenia find that right balance of power and deception and variation in tempo that they used so well in their victory against France and also in their match yesterday?
Here's it where Brazil has been attacking the most, hitting the corners and dropping some balls in the center. It's kind of what's seen the most action for them.
It has been a lot of work from the right side and the middle, so get the middles with their ability to be really strong and force the ball into the center of the court. Different offensive composition required from Slovenia if they are going to have similar success.
Clayton Lucas still waiting for Fabio Soli, who's deep in discussions with his assistant coach.
Clayton is very patient, but the man has his limits.
Well, we might be reaching the limit of time as...
And they might be talking in the dark, so you'll have to trust that it is someone from the Slovenian coaching staff talking to someone who may or may not be Clayton Lucas.
Right, exactly. Let's just listen and see what we find out from Clayton.
Yeah, I think it's a case of listening, because it is a very... Oh, look, we got a little spotlight now.
Very romantic.
You're deep in conversation then with Fabio Soli. What are you guys having a chat about?
Yes, we are talking about the shape of the players in this moment. We know that we have to do less mistake. We did an awful second set, and also the first one. The level of the team now is not the high level. We have to know to recognize the situation and wrong rally to be patient, because we are not going good in the wrong rally. They're doing better than us.
Okay, well, good luck for the rest of the match.
Thank you.
Have we seen the best of Brazil yet?
Not yet.
Presented without comment, that first serve. We'll move on to Rock Mazic. Kovacic gets under it. Here's Munjanovic, who got the start in the second set.
Artur also retaining his place on court for the third set. Is ably defended. So Najdic will be starting lineup for Slovenia in set 3. First touch of the set tees up Munjanovic.
It's going to be key, obviously, for Slovenia to control their errors in this second set after having 12, or sorry, in this third set after having 12 in the second. Tejas here. The other thing of note, of course, is the setting choice for the start for Slovenia.
Najdic will have a different view of the offense than Planinsic. Maybe lacking a little bit of experience, adds a little bit more height at the net. One of those young Slovenian players making the step up to the highest international level.
And then behind in Brazil, a couple of errors early on.
Radar just off for Lucarelli. His first two swings at the ball Set 3 with errors, one from the service line, one from the second line.
Lucarelli handles first ball. Artur explains why he's in there.
Chopper provides enough delay that Sasha Stalika cannot release early. Enough hold on the hand position. Looks like it might be going to Flavio. It pops over the top for Artur.
Speaking of Cachopa, he's front court, be warned.
Net touch.
Net violation.
Just over eagerness. No disguise of the disgust from Cachopa.
Rare mistake from the 32-year-old Flavio.
And Slovenia out to an early 5-2 lead. None of the Slovenian spin servers have really found their rhythm in the service line today. Haven't got that consistent pressure. Float servers doing the damage.
Front court setter both sides. And we're on a terrible seesaw, right? Not the good seesaw, error to error to error.
That little bit extra break time. Players need a couple more moments to get their mojo working.
Is that the technical term?
Very technical.
They go after Artur as you predicted. Back again, triple block. Close.
Lucarelli tries to find the space past the third blocker. The third blocker is Rokmozic. The point is Slovenia's. The timeout come from Brazil.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up, Philippines. Join us for an electrifying experience. The Volleyball Men's World Championships from September 12th to 28th. FIVB will celebrate over 70 years of competition history while embracing a new era of innovation, excitement, and global impact for the sport. Ticket sales are now open. Find out more at
One interesting choice from Bernardino is that Lucas Bergman has not really been cited at all in this game, and he has played pretty much everything throughout the latter part of the VNL.
Yeah. And the beginning of the VNL, I mean, that week one, he had a large role in the match versus Slovenia there. Keeping the ball on Artur, he's holding his own.
Flavio misses the sideline. Chopper trying to tee up the middle, trying to create some width, space on the outside of the court, going through the center. They cannot convert. Slovenia 5 points to the good.
Via Stern, defense. He's the glue holding it together, and then a couple of errors by Munjanovic.
Munjanovic takes the ball. Looks like it's quite late in his swing. It gets quite close to his right shoulder when he hits the ball. Chica makes a really good defensive position. As a result, drags it across. Flavio will take the serve for Brazil.
Munjanovic given another chance, this time off hands. Back to your point quickly about Bergman. When they met last time, he had ABS of 9, 1-1-9 attacks, block point, and a service ace. But not seen today. I mean, he's on the bench, we see that. Alon.
Mozic dives out. If he stays straight there, the block is effective. He's trying to do a little bit too much. Seen a couple of times Mozic makes the right choice to move the hands. This time his job is just to make Alan take a different angle that opens up the court.
Mujanovic, see if they can get him going. The block for Brazil has done a lot of damage. Paul beats it that time.
Ajdic makes really good, different choices. Changes the rhythm of the offense. Resetting again, Mujanovic. Brazil wanting to go back and get to a neutral position on block. That fraction of a second they're moving away is a fraction of a second they don't have to come back to Nick Mujanovic.
Just missing the court. What is that?
Just missing the Brazilian bench, perhaps.
Right, exactly. Huh.
Ajdic for the rush of blood.
What did you say?
A rush of blood.
There you go. Brazil in a 4-point deficit. Lucarelli. Ball is good. Tagging the line.
Making up for the error on his first serve. That is a beautiful precision. Sorts the corner from Ricardo Lucarelli.
Oh, wow. They've kept the heat on Giga Stern all match long. Mujanovic getting the lion's share of the sets. Wanted to recycle that ball. Unsuccessful.
The set was always too low, too far inside. Not a lot Mujanovic can do to get this ball up. That's the problem. Can't generate that extra time with the ball moving up from his attack or working the top part of the block.
And they're keeping it so low for him because they want to try to beat the block, but...
Just a miss set.
Yeah. Oh, brought out. Choice, Giga Stern. The block of Brazil has owned this match.
Artur and Mateusz do a really good job not being rushed on their block choice. Like Ajdic. Artur doesn't leave early, so he can come back and help. Mateusz knows that he has someone on his left side who doesn't have to cover the whole court. Ajdic, his participation set will take a pause. Skorosh and Insic comes back in.
Lead evaporating for Slovenia. And with that, a 4-0 run by Brazil. We're tied in 10th. And a timeout by Fabio Soli.
All right， 在这个时间，我们给到现场的球迷朋友们展示一下你所支持的球队。来看速度与手中的明治时间。
Medium high, not too fast. We need something like this. Try to play volleyball, keep the rally low, like this, then win the game. Don't be hurry to score, be present in reception, coverage,
For the first time, our win prediction crosses.
Don't cross the streams, though.
Yep.
I'll learn anything from Ghostbusters. The discussion by Fabio Soli of, okay, when we get into those difficult situations, let's have enough control that our hitters can work. We can do these things more, we win the match.
What a victory that would be for them. In their third time in the semifinals, they have gone home empty-handed the other two times. Or excuse me, in the bronze medal match.
Keep their noses in front in set 3. Slovenia have medalled at European level, but at international level, that's evaded them so far.
Sent back, and it's Planincic now.
Very aggressive choice by Planincic. He doesn't need to rush Mujanovic in this situation. It's a short distance set, so the block going to be there. Needs to give enough of an advantage where he can swing past the block.
Stern puts it on the money. Swing by Artur's, no results. Will help from the tape too.
Brazilian block really focused on the middle of the court right now. They're thinking about first tempo pipe as their first priority. They'll take their chances, Slovenian edge attackers.
Little good karma by Rockmers on that one off the tape. Alon against a triple. What a decision to the middle.
What a free ball delivery on first contact by Jan Kosmernik on the money. He's not just the middle, he's a volleyball player. This is about as good as it's going to get in terms of a first contact. Stelakar on tempo.
Maike first contact's good. Sitting in it. Rockmosic, Artur with definition to the floor.
Janovic caught in two minds where he needs to be. The shoot call again causing some challenges for the right side of the Slovenian block. Mosic starting to get that feeling on defense though.
And I'm taking a quick look at the stats through this set. Ponchek Stern making his way in fairly even across the way. 3 blocks for Brazil and more attacks for Slovenia. Munjanovic out, Ponchek Stern in. One timeout remaining for each of the teams and all the challenges.
Check comes in a little bit cold. Slovenia remain in front, but not looking, neither side looking particularly convincing that they have the solution to finish off this set just yet.
Artur. I mean, Kovacic worked for it. Alon brings full fire at Rockmosic.
Lines the seam. Slovenian block. Mosic getting his feet set. Still moving backwards, unable to affect a play on the ball.
Like the idea, execution falls short. Turn the other way.
Block as big as Stelakar in front of you. It's sometimes a moment for the defense to think, oh, it has to go over him, and that ball squeezes past on the side. It's up a little bit fast.
And here we are square again at 15s. And it is absolutely Stelakar saying, yes, I saw it, I saw it, I saw it.
Stern brothers as well, pretty adamant that there was a touch that may just be Giga being the good brother at support.
We'll see, this is the first challenge issued in this set.
Look at the fingers on Mateusz. Touch.
Yeah, successful challenge.
Check expressing his displeasure that the touch wasn't admitted to.
You are 7.
Who was expressing displeasure?
Tonchek.
Oh. Are you
Okay,
owed
thank you.
that? I
Let's
don't
go.
know that you are.
No. The system is there for that reason.
An unusual 8 for Stalakar.
His ability to contact above the height of the tape from a very controlled position means he can have a lot of variation in depth on the serve and location without having to change his technique very much.
Yeah, and it was Lucarelli stepping in front of Artur, who said Artur not typically a primary go-to. All right, then.
Mateusz's trusts in Kachopa to put this ball in the window. He runs to the spot, and Kachopa puts the ball in front of him. 3 meters. A bit of footwork and hip rotation from Kachopa to keep the ball in the window.
Yeah, Mateusz 4 points on 7 swings. Going for fingers again is Tonchek Stern.
Just making sure that the touch is clear. Can you have a sarcastic finger rub? I believe that's what that was. No doubt about the contact.
In case you didn't see it, right? Artur well received.
Really well finished. Speed. Artur does a good job making the choice early. Going hands on the reception creates the time. Variation in setting tempo. So Kachopa stays on the floor, doesn't jump set. Different information for Kozumurnik to process.
Back. Maike makes it look like a day at the office. Nothing new there. And then the finish, Slovenia. Struggling a little bit.
Need to find a bit more reception quality, Slovenia. 18 apiece. Still in a pretty good position, but the decisive moment, set 3 is yet to come. Really will be hoping on the back of his serve.
Brazil passing 57% in this set. Slovenia, 33% positive.
And Slovenia haven't really had those excellent situations often enough where they can use the middle of pipe to create the space on the edges. They're not a fantastic attacking team from position 4. At least they haven't been really efficient.
Well done.
Bozic choosing to back off, go with a hybrid serve, and Artur runs risking the error. 19-19. This set is here to be won. It's not about avoiding the errors. Some teams have to get after. They have to try and win these points, get themselves an advantage. Surf has had good effects on the service line, generating break points for Brazil, but no luck there. Nothing but net in the worst possible way.
Back to Alan. What a set to create the one-on-one.
Stelakar follows on the +4. Wonderful set, long ball from his knees. It's one-on-one. Alan's advantage means point Brazil. We're all tied up at 20.
And again, we have Darlan in for Kachopa. Outside, whoa!
That's the better reception from Slovenia. Keeps that pressure in the middle of the court, forces the choices.
Brasilia in now to set as Alan goes out. Darlan will stay in.
Next second serve, similar result to the first.
There is no one who likes end of set action better than Darlan. Will they start setting him right here? Brasilia uses him. Too much for Darlan.
Well, it's the relationship between Brasilia and Darlan. They come into this situation a lot, so that feeling of the connection is really good. We'll have a challenge from Brazil for a net touch. That may be to slow down the process a little bit more. Sjögren take a second to think about his next serve.
Yeah, everybody has all the challenges left, each coach with one timeout remaining. Feel like Darlan is like, call me when it gets interesting. I'll come in around 20.
The attention span there for a couple of minutes of all out. It's a bit like a drag race car where it's full intensity for a short period of time. Nothing doing on the net touch.
Yeah, but there was enough time for coaches to impart a little bit of information, and Fabio Soli has been using that time.
There you go, 1 point up. Any break point now is huge for Slovenia.
Back again. Kind of a glance by Rakmozic at his hand, like you betrayed me.
It shows pretty decent form on the block. Stalakar's out there to help. But Darlan finds the outside edge.
Sjögren's been passing beautifully. Most part. Back again. It's Darlan's wheelhouse.
Once more, Vincic tries to go to the middle. Better quality reception from Brazil, but they need to trust that there is scoring on the edges. Brazil have been really focused on the block in the middle of the court. First tempo pipe. Slovenia down 23-22. Take their second timeout.
Again, be valiant, push the ball like this. We have all the spikers available for the side out. And if we don't score, we come back in the case. The ball back is a medium high. We have time to score and go in front of the ball. Okay, one ball on the line, one ball in the other. No, the next one is on the line.
I really enjoy Fabio Soli's timeouts. He's a really great coach for feeling the game. I also like his choice of language. I think he's used both vigor and valiant this week. Two words.
What's the first one?
Vigor.
Vigor and valiant.
So obviously looking through the V section of the dictionary this week, it's Fabio Soli, but it's a great word. It needs that bravery, that fighting in a potentially losing battle, but you still have to fight to play to win.
And locked at 23s. You know, I challenged Clayton Lucas yesterday to use peripatetic, and he did not.
Opportunity missed.
Yeah, so kind of let down.
He owes you a coffee now, I guess.
Yeah, 23 all. Set number 3, we are tied at 1 set each. These teams playing for the bronze. It's about time they start serving right.
Stalacar serving in place of Sjögren.
Well, this is a situation. It is Brazil set point. Darlan is in his happy place at the end line. Darlan doing Darlan things. And ace to close out the set. Scooped. Oh my goodness, Planincic. Recycle. Petrova quick to the outside, just Slovenia patient.
one exceptional cover action from Valencic and then some good composure. Stern Kozimiernik making a really nice composed block move, making Artur take too much risk second swing.
Konjak Stern will face a triple block again. Goes and gets the hand.
Great serve by Krsic. Really pushes flat over the net. Stern takes some hands off Mateusz and Lucarelli cannot control the second effort.
Smooth from Brazil. They needed that.
Well done by Artur. This is a very aggressive float serve by Krsic. Artur can get under that ball and create enough time.
Konjak Stern, great pop-up. Flynn's just looking, hey, where are my hitters? Because he doesn't see anybody in front of him.
Centerline faults on Alan after the landing.
Yep.
Lovely defense on the line. Stern. Really behind the ball. Similar to set 3. Slovenia off to a good start. Hoping for a better finish.
A last-minute decision looks like made by Lucarelli. Oh.
Artur does exactly what coaches want in this situation. Difficult moment, get the ball to the net, let the hitter have the block in front of them. Have some vision on the play.
Serve.
Just like that, Brazil back on level terms. 3-3 a change from Slovenia. Brachko plays Giga Stern.
Brachko's first time playing today. Stern has received a lot of balls.
Going to be called into action on reception immediately.
And indeed, he is overpassed Flavio for Cachopa. Whatever it takes.
Kozimiernik makes the right choice to not fly out wide, pulls up early enough. Brachko making a really positive first contact. Second contact will be his serve.
Lucarelli dimes the pass and then comes up to attack.
The best attacking performance we've seen so far in the VNL from Lucarelli. Feels like he's working really hard to generate it, but not showing any weakness.
Artur's serve. Brachko handles. Valencic chooses the long string. Kind of a gator dig, and then Brachko sends it wide.
Brachko a bit too much bigger. Running discussion between Kozic and Cachopa about someone touching it. Kozic maybe getting away with a net touch. Contested space above the center line.
Lynch gives it back. Oh, Flavio slams the door shut.
Lovely technical finish on the block from Flavio. Goes straight, not reaching out towards the hitter, points back into the court. pointing at the baseline. Holds that ball really well. Brazil with a 2-point lead and a Slovenian timeout is coming up.
During the timeout, we want to hear which side, V or L, makes the louder noise from the Vito as the Alto anniversary of Vito 看台，也就是南看台 3, 2, 1。
That's the quick timeout from Fabio Soli, talking about how he expects Brazil will try and play their way through the next sequence of points. Having the advantage serving and scoring. Lineup has changed for Slovenia. Rok Rajko in, as Artur stay after him, target the front receiver in Mozic.
Going after Brachko, but handled by, and then that lets Mozic do one.
It frees up Mozic to be athletic and use that matchup against Kachopa. See again, Brazil really focused on the block being tight in the middle of the court and then making a left-right choice.
Both setters front court right now. Look for the offense to exploit those differences. Oh! Artur! Emotion and energy.
Yeah, second ref needs to get out of the way of the celebration there. But wonderful reception and then approaches in rhythm. Artur is similar to that Micheletto type player. He doesn't need a really long run up to generate the pipe attack.
Mozic does both double duties there. Benincic to Lucarelli. Kind of lost. Here's an opportunity for Slovenia. Now it's Brazil's chance with a counterattack. Were you good? Sure were, to the sideline.
Brazil are looking a lot more stable on reception. Stern is having a torrid time trying to score, but it's about creating enough opportunities for Slovenia. Mozic probably looking like the primary attacker for Slovenia right now. He needs to take some responsibility for his team.
Oh. Bringing the heat.
The ability for Alan to hit this ball is a result of his first couple of swings of the match where he's gone out to the line. Even if the tactic changes, players always have that in their mind. I don't want to get beaten down the line again like we did at the start.
Ball too long.
Kachopa has done such a huge job for Brazil across the VNL. He's played almost everything. He's always been the primary setter. He's had to use a variety of different lineups to try and generate the results, which have been really good across the whole competition.
Patient enough, not over, Brachko. Slovenia takes the lead. Maike absorbs the power.
And we're in Brooklyn.
Oh, there we are. First time today.
That's correct. Mozic went really close to the service line with his foot. And a simpler side out for Brazil. They're starting to spend a little bit less effort scoring. Slovenia still having to scrap for every single action.
Back to Tonček Stern. Smooth sailing.
Makes the wrist finding the edge of the Artur block. This back corner of the court. Lovely set by Benincic, allowing Stern to really go to his maximum in Nice trajectory out of the hands. Slovenian setter.
Artur holding his own. Just set that up. They're going after him. He's doing okay.
He's hanging in there on reception and with very good results for Brazil. It's just looking so much easier to be scoring. Slovenia having to really expend a lot of energy for every point, even though the scoreboard shows that they're close.
Lanincic goes back. Tonček Stern's been the magic man. Triple block. What a great up. Lucarelli. Heroic up.
Lucarelli, even though he's not at his fittest, his experience, his composure, his understanding of all the different parts of his role, how he contributes to his team's performance. Frankowiak, pretty happy with that one.
Brazil takes the lead now. 1 point. Mateusz. The Tonček Stern through hands. Square again.
Lovely fight on the reception. Young Kozamernik. Tonček Stern is starting to get a little bit of something happening on the offensive side. Quick start on the serve.
Take your pictures hanging up there.
Artur handles it well, and Flavio just seemed to hang in the air for so long.
I mean, it's like, okay, take your pictures right now. 1, 2. He did hang in the air. He levitated.
His levitation, Holmes.
Brachko. Pop up. Artur has been a revelation, coming in and doing everything asked of him.
He's had a very limited role throughout the VNL. Cometh the moment, the man, showing why he is such a big talent, making his way to Modena next season in Italy. Big receiver, but his reception quality today has been good.
Only played in a few matches, put up 20 ABS points versus Germany. Wow. Wow, that's a soul crusher.
Well, Flavio versus Kozamernik is a battle we have seen many times before. Lanincic forcing the ball a little bit into the zone. Flavio makes a great early choice. Quick step, good press on the block.
Tonček Stern, and look at this 4-point run for Brazil after being square at 11s.
Feeling for Slovenia is who is scoring the next point. Stern has been up and down. Bozic is in the back row. Brachko hasn't really done anything. Brazil making good choices against the middle of the court. Time out Slovenia.
Especially counter-attack, when they have a situation that is not perfect to play tempo. We have time to arrive in block. We are arriving there very, very early, and then we are moving. 3 blocks, go immediately inside, don't fly. Like this, we can close that diagonal, okay? And play, guys, play. Ball by ball, one ball now, inside out.
3 times Slovenia has been in this position. Last year, exactly the same spot. They were in the semifinals, went home empty-handed. Now's the time for them to make their moment. It is a must-win set for them. Otherwise, Brazil goes home. I mean, with that bronze. Tonček Stern pushing to the middle. Outside, Artur has been really tough. Beautiful, but then out. Wow.
That deserved better from Rokmozic. It was a magnificent effort by Yannick Kovacic to get there and keep the ball, not just off the floor, but to find a way to have possibly even a swing. Kovacic sends it a meter past the baseline. Fabio Soli forced into a change. Uros Planinsic to the bench. Mijanovic takes his place. Next, Nadic will replace Tonček Stern. What they will be looking to replace is a Brazilian 5-point lead.
Picked up well, but the finish trying to come here. The over-rotation by Lucarelli ends the 5-point Brazilian run.
It's the right movement to get into the space by Lucarelli, but he arrives a fraction late and is always chasing this ball.
Can Slovenia put a run together of their own? Brachko. Five-point lead. Well passed, Mijanovic attacking hands. It was great by Artur. Just slowing it down enough for Mikey. Ball good? Nope. It's slipping away.
It's a big lead for Brazil, not just in the sense that 6 points is a good advantage, but in a fourth set where Slovenia needs to win to keep their hopes alive.
Brachko goes out, we see Giga Stern return. They go after Ziga immediately, picking Mijanovic out of the options. Now to Mijanovic, or nope.
That's Nadic, really likes a reset. Doesn't mind going to the same hitter a couple of times in a rally. Catches Flavio without the right position.
Oh my! A ridiculous attack through the middle by Flavio.
When the ball is shifted towards position 2, the blocker, middle blocker on the other side generally is instructed to stay in the middle of the court. Kachopa can deliver the ball back into the other seam with such speed. Flavio has a great look.
Hit with a feather. Off the block. Actions. Nadic goes to Ziga. Used on the block. Beautiful by Alan.
Credit to Artur, really good quality contact to put the ball in for Kachopa to work, but also that he's in rhythm, that he's a threat on the pipe attack. Slows down Slovenian block just enough.
Brazil. Oh boy. It feels like Slovenia now, perhaps, in their heads. That one, Rokmozic.
The effort, the energy that would be required to get back into this set just seems a little bit too much for the Slovenians right now. We did hear between sets 2 and 3 that trying to get enough fresh bodies out onto the court will be a challenge. Flavio will challenge the Slovenian receivers once more from the service line.
There you get one. Net violation against Brazil.
Bernardinho making sure that his players are controlling the emotions. Not always the first person to be in control of their emotions is Bernardinho.
fun to watch.
Certainly exciting.
He needs a GoPro, like right on his head, pointed at his face. Maybe that'd be fun.
Get a whole range.
Bunjanovic delivers. The pass is fantastic. Well, overpass, fantastic for Slovenia. Half point, by the way.
I'm keeping track. So far, it's a couple of half points to a couple of people.
Bunjanovic again. Why not you? Okay. The ball. Huge block.
The tempo of the reception for Mikey means that there's no real chance for Kachopa to set the middle of the court because the ball is arriving too fast for the middle to be there. Easy choice, left-right for the Brazilian attack, Slovenian blockers. Brazilian timeout.
Tira da rede. Não tem que ser perfeito. Por favor. Tá? Vamos na sequência do garoto. Todo mundo falando. Dediquei o passe. Para.
It's been a three-point run by Slovenia.
The 7 points. Well, Mozic, the leading scorer for Slovenia with 21 so far.
Oh, just long. That was the question. Do you believe right there? First contact, good. Bunjanovic from the backcourt. Slovenia is out of timeouts. They do have 2 challenges remaining, though, and 1 substitution remaining.
Take a huge amount of work here. The break point critical now for Slovenia. Mozic has been very much hit and miss from the service line. Slovenia need him to hit. That is a miss. Brazil are within 2 points, winning this match. Happy or sad?
No, I don't think she's happy. I saw it with the Slovenian sign earlier, but it has been Brazil in the last 2 sets. Bunjanovic off the block.
Side out is working a lot better for Slovenia now, but for most of this set, it's just been such hard work for them to generate scoring.
Serving 23. Kachopa chooses the long way solo block. Artur puts Brazil in position to win a bronze medal in the 2025 Volleyball Nations League. It would be their 2nd VNL medal overall. Mateusz at the service line.
That would have been a moment for Mateusz. Brazil will be looking to do it on side out now. Mateusz goes just long.
Oh. 2 strands of hair, that's how big that is.
Your hair must be much thicker than mine.
It is. It ends on a service error, and Brazil captures the bronze medal at Volleyball Nations League 2025.
in for Brazil. Too much for Slovenia to overcome.